Yo guys, what's going on? Judo Flip here with a Terraria gameplay and talk video. This is a 2D Minecraft style game where you basically build all kinds of cool stuff. And as you can see here, me and some friends just started a new world with new characters. And I'm just setting up a basic house here. Just with the wood we chopped down, we're going to set up a basic house to build stuff and be safe from bad geese at night. So I'm going to put door on the left side here. This slime tries to come in. I took care of him pretty easily. Set up a door on the right side. And I'm just going to remove these blocks here that I put over there in the wrong spot. As you can see, they kind of float in the air unrealistically, but some things like sand will just fall, but most stuff will float in the air. As you can see, like this roof right now is just kind of floating, but now it looks like a little better because it's attached. So I'm throwing in this wall to kind of like fill in the house. So we got a wood house, wood wall, and frame, and 2 doorways, some light. Really simple. You can be way more creative if you want, but this is the basics. And we got a table to build stuff. So my buddies are gathering some materials from outside. Nighttime comes, and bad stuff tries to get in our house. So me and a buddy here are gonna go ahead and try to mine some tunnels and look for materials like stone, which is gonna be over here to the left. And as you'll notice here, all these blocks are like little 1x1 squares in the game world, like almost everything is, except for stuff like doors and buildable stuff. So you can just remove and create whatever you want. And I'm just mining this stone here because that'll be useful for building like arrows. Pardon me, arrows for bows, and like a forge, all kinds of good stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to clear out all this stuff. Yeah, it is. And you'll see here the next day we go exploring, setting up some little ledges to explore this valley. And there's a slime there, and I got my bow out ready to rock him. As I accidentally missed there. Try some long range shots here. Alright, so we're just gonna try and find some resources to make better stuff. So we're just going west here. Some trees there, you can cut those down. Now let's just go ahead a bit here until we find something. There's a cave here. We got some water, as you can see it's kind of pouring down there. Some blue slimes, which are the basic daytime enemies you'll find on the surface of the earth. Pretty straightforward. All they do is jump at you. And so I'm just going to pop them with my bow here. And my buddy's just going to go ahead and mine some of this mud and all the stuff that's in this cave here. And I can just take like the dirt that I mined and just stack a bunch of 1x1 blocks up, and boom, the slimes can't get in. This is my main character on a more established server. This is a little hideout I got here. I'm just gonna go out to this awesome village, kind of like a apartment, whatever you want to call it, my buddy made, where there's a ton of chests there on the right, a bunch of stuff to build things, rooms with NPCs that you can sell items to, get healed, buy ammunition, that kind of good stuff. Really helpful. This little kind of mushroom farm here my buddy made is really cool because that blue grass, mushrooms will grow, and you can just keep taking them and it'll keep growing back and they'll heal you. So it's kind of like infinitely creating that useful item for us. And I'll just use my grappling hook to navigate this mine shaft here that we created. Room right there with no wall. You can just see the stars in the back. It looks like a smiley face. And just gonna go ahead and climb back out of this little base here. It's got some lava surrounding it, which is pretty cool. That lights it up in the dark, so you don't need to put as many like lanterns and torches out there. Here's something that I built. It's like kind of like a ship. I got some sails made with spider webs. Got a captain's window made out of glass. Got some treasure chests and some forges for building. This thing right here is kind of like an oil rig, oil refinery kind of style thing that I just kind of built. Yeah, it's got some vines growing on it, which looks kind of weird. Here's a lighthouse that my friend built. We kind of made this harbor here. Yes, you can move fluids like water and lava. Here we are in like the corrupted area where there's plenty of bad guys. Just past that we have a dungeon which has lots of good stuff in it. and I'm going to use those dirt blocks here to conveniently block my friend out so I can get all the loot inside the dungeon and he doesn't get any. It's pretty dark down here. I'm going to have to use a torch to see what I'm doing. There are some lights, and there are also accessory items that will kind of light the way for you. Unfortunately, I'm not carrying any of those at the moment. I'm firing some ricochet bullets here with this gun I have. Special shot made out of meteors. Just exploring the dungeon. There's lots of doorways and skulls that just kind of ignore walls and just walk through them at you. Lots of enemies like to do that in this game. This thing right I have, that blue yo-yo thing I had, was a pretty cool melee weapon. Here we are in another thing my friends built. This is kind of like a factory for obsidian, which is that blue block you can see being so commonly used in the structure here. It's kind of a rare block you can get from an ore. It comes as an ore first, of course. It's when lava and water mix together, they create that ore. And I'll show you how we basically can process that stuff here. As you can see below, there's a chamber for lava and a chamber for water. And I'll just go ahead and get there in a sec. Just jump up this chamber. And it's got some chests there just to store stuff, like you can get the bricks. So when they meet together, they'll create a piece of obsidian ore, and I could just stand here and mine it, and it keeps creating it because it keeps going down until you run out of, you know, either fluid. So I'm just gonna be like, sweet, lots of obsidian, just stand there and mine away. You can create it with just those two things. I'm just gonna go over a bit, a little outpost there with some trees on the roof. This is kind of like an underground tunnel. There's lots of nasty stuff deep in the earth, like jungle, underground jungle, and hell, full of baddies. This is a submarine I built, which unfortunately got hit by a meteor, and as you can see, it's flooded. And yeah, there's lots of stuff you can do in this game. It's a great game. There's tons of items to get. There's tons of stuff to create. Your creativity is what limits you. So I hope you enjoyed this. This game is just $10 on Steam. Thanks for watching.